A lot of buy and hold investors or fix and flippers that I know want to find deals, but they're afraid to start going direct to seller with their marketing. Look, I get it, new things are scary. Spending thousands of dollars on marketing without any sort of guaranteed return can be stressful. I'm going to show you in this video step by step how to find the top investment-friendly realtor in your market based off the data. This isn't just some random person that said, yeah, I would like a commission from anybody, so I'll work with an investor. These are the guys that are actually representing buyers on transactions that are absentee owners, meaning investors or fix and flippers just like you and myself. Let's dive right in. Now, this can be a little bit tricky because a lot of realtors don't want to work with guys like me or people like you. Reason being, it's more work, it's not their typical client, they know you're not going to want to pay retail, and often they're a little short-sighted in that they don't realize that if you're flipping the property, they might be able to get 2 or even 3 commissions out of the same house. Now, in order to pull this, you are going to need a Propstream account, which is what I'm hopping into right now. The other software I'm using is Power BI by Microsoft. Supposedly you can do the same thing in Excel, but I'm not that Excel savvy. So I'm going to show you how to do it in Microsoft. Propstream is $100 a month. Power BI is like $3. So hopping into Propstream now, we're going to do just Pensacola, Florida. Reason being, I was just doing this for myself. I'm looking for rentals here in my own market, and I figured I might as well do a little bit of networking and introduce myself to some folks. So we're gonna punch in the city here, and then we're gonna hop into the property characteristic and tag what kind of asset we're looking for. So in this instance, I'm looking for single family properties. You might be looking for duplexes, triplexes, quads, or condos. So you kind of pick whatever you want there. And I'm specifically looking for properties that were purchased by non-owner occupants. And I'm looking for stuff that has sold in the past 6 months to a year. For the sake of this example, I'm going to do just back in the past year. So we're going to do properties that sold with a list date from January 1st to today's date of December 15th. You're getting this a little bit later than we shot it. Spoiler alert. All right, so we can see there was 834 properties that sold in Pensacola on the MLS in the past 12 months. And we're going to check this box to select all of those. We're gonna add them to a list called Pensacola Realtors. Now, the next thing we're gonna do is come over here to the My Properties section, and we're gonna pull up that list of the Pensacola Realtors, and we're gonna click on this little settings icon. We wanna make sure that we have the agent info as well as contact info. So we're gonna do email, agent name, and phone number. That way when we figure out who the top players are, well, we can hit them up. So we're gonna click apply and save. You're then going to check this box here to highlight all 834 of them, and we're gonna click export. This will take a second, so you get to cut this bit out. All right, so those have now exported and saved to my desktop. So we're now gonna go over here to Power BI, and we're gonna import data from Excel. Now, the data we just pulled here is this property export Pensacola. So we're gonna click on that, I'm gonna click open. And you're gonna click on the little box to highlight the Excel data that we're wanting to pull in. And you're gonna click load. Now give that a couple seconds. And we can see our data is now over here on the right-hand side. So what we're gonna do is just click this little pie chart. This is one of those things you don't really have to understand what I'm doing, just follow along step by step and you'll be able to follow it. Now, I found the easiest way to do this is to use their email address because they might have their name listed different ways. There might be people with similar names. So we're just gonna go by email, and we've got MLS agent name, agent phone, and we're gonna go email. So you're gonna click and drag that to details. You see it put the little check mark by it. We're going to click and drag that again to values. Now we can zoom this out and see these are the agents based off of how many MLS transactions their email is tied to in the past year. So I wouldn't want to hit up one of these folks necessarily that only represented one absentee buyer. They might have gotten lucky. This guy has represented 21. This guy's done 16, so on and so forth. The easiest way to then go and use this data, you can click this little drop down here and click show as table. So we can now see literally by email who represented the most investors or absentee owners with purchases off of the MLS in the past 12 months. So what you're going to do with this data is then reach out to these people, introduce yourself, let them know that you're a serious player. A lot of these guys often are pretty hesitant to take on new investors because you might be a tire kicker. They don't want to waste their time. How I normally handle this is introducing myself, giving a little bit of my track record. Maybe you flick over a credit report or proof of funds and say, hey, look, even if you have some scraps that I can look at, I'll make an offer on anything. It's a great way to figure out who the players are in your market and how to get in front of them to potentially get an off-market deal if you're not ready yet to do your own direct-to-seller marketing. Be sure to like the video. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe. We'll talk to you next time.